You guys came in hot. Everyone relax. Everyone take a deep breath.
Perfect podcast, perfect game. Let's do this.
We're on Evan's clock, so that means we gotta rip some ass.
All right, rip some ass.
All right. me. In the beginning, there was baseball. It is Thursday, June 25th. I am CJ. Catch me on Twitter at CJ and Pinstripes. I'm also here with Evan. How are you doing, Evan?
Doing good. This is 27 Down, perfect podcast for the perfect game. Let's do this.
You can, of course, catch him. I'm not talking fast enough for him. Evan is in such a rush. You're going to hear him say so many words in such a short amount of time. By the way, you can catch him on Twitter at EvanDWetzel4. You can also follow our show's podcast at 27 Downcast. Take it easy, man. Take a breather.
I'm not even a fast talker, so this is a bit exhausting, to be honest.
We don't even have much to talk about today. You know? We normally like to have a guest on Thursdays. We didn't get a guest for today. So, you know,
we literally had 2 weeks to find a guest, and we did nothing.
That's true.
I thought it was going to be Julian, but I forgot to ask him again, so that's my fault. He told me to get back to him on Monday, and I didn't do it.
All right. Well, hey, next week. Let's talk about some stuff. So the players are not going to strike. The players have decided they're going to go along with it. They're going to play the 60 games, full prorated salary, universal designated hitter. There were a few other things. Some teams might actually play in front of live crowds.
Yeah, I know the Yankees and Mets are going to be training in New York for spring training at least. Right. And I believe they're doing the runner on second thing in extra innings. I'm easing up on it a bit, but it's such a gimmick. It's just so annoying.
It needs to not happen past this season. I think I remember seeing there was some kind of survey. I forget where or when it was done, but there was some poll that I saw. It wasn't like through MLB or anything. It was just some website like CBS Sports or something like that. They did a poll, and it was like, how do you feel about the runner on second rule? And it was like 98% were like, it sucks. Keep it.
Yeah.
Away. Like,
no, it feels like something
it.
Not even the Little League World Series would do. It's just it takes away from a pretty simple game and makes it such a gimmick. It's like, I don't understand. And if it's the home team that's going to get the advantage, right? And if certain teams are going to have faster players that are better at doing that. So like a National League team, they're more prepared for that than, say, an American League team who has a bunch of power bop hitter DHs.
This is true. And it kind of reminds me a lot of soccer where they go into penalty kicks. And I'm sorry, man, penalty kicks are not indicative of your talent at playing soccer. And that's why I don't like them. A lot of casual soccer fans watch, and I'm no soccer fan. I don't really watch soccer like that. But when you play a game of soccer, you want your ability to play soccer to be the thing that determines whether you win or lose.
Yeah, and the thing that pisses me off is being a goalie in soccer is honestly one of the hardest positions in any sports, especially with the penalty kicks, because you're literally guessing and jumping before the shot's even taken.
Yeah, you have to.
You have a 50% worse advantage than the kicker.
Yeah, the best thing you can do as a goalie in that situation is try your best to not telegraph which direction you're going to be diving in.
Right.
Where the ball
I played goalie. It sucked. I hated it.
Oh, is that like when you lived in Tibet and you were like training to become a monastery monk and like, no, that's not it.
It was Thailand, you dick.
Oh, Thailand. Yeah.
Whereabouts?
My bad. Manila? Was it in Manila?
No, it was actually at summer camp when I was 15. But
oh, damn! I was hoping you actually went to Thailand.
I have never been to Thailand.
You would love it there. Lots of dudes that look like chicks. So let's see what else we Let's see what else is happening. We have, so like we said, universal DH. By the way, question for you. Who are some players in the National League that you think would make good DHs?
That is a good question.
So who do you think, which players do you think teams are going to take advantage with in order to, stick them in a lineup at DH?
Right. I'm going to change it a little, and I'm going to –
Cespedes is one of them. Because
Shut up, Joe.
If he runs too hard, he'll break his toes. What else?
Shit, if he walks too hard, he'll break his toes.
Yeah, also, if he's playing the field, a wild boar might come out and attack him while he's trying to play. I'm sorry.
Who's that big fat guy on the Twins? I think he played third base. He has a weird name, but he's weirdly
not
fat.
In the National League.
No, I know, but he would be hilarious to – Huh?
Miguel Sano?
No.
When was what year are you talking about?
A few years ago. He's still on the team. He was this big fat guy who hit a triple, and it looked like he was going to knock everyone down when he was running to third. The last name's with like an A and a bunch of Z's, I think.
I mean, I can't think of a Twins player that's recently hit a triple.
You'll know it as soon as you see it. He was big between 2016 and 19, I think.
Okay, because the Twins have had Miguel Sano playing third base for the last.
No, this is the backup. He's like the platoon bench hitter. He plays third. He plays outfield. He plays DH.
Okay, all right.
He can apparently run, even though he legit looks like he's about 300 pounds.
Okay, interesting.
So he would be hilarious for second base for the Twins in the extra innings. But DH in the National League, that's tough. It's got to be like players who aren't like everyday. They're bench players, right?
Yeah. I mean, they could be bench players, or they could be starters that you move over to DH to open up a slot for someone else.
Right.
They could be players that are very poor defensive players, but you'd like to still keep in the lineup as often as possible.
Okay, so like Daniel Murphy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I had thought Matt Kemp. The guy can still kind of hit, and he is terrible at defense.
Ryan Braun, too.
Yeah, Mike Moustakas.
Moustakas is going to be interesting to see how he does in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I mean, they made a bunch of moves, but I have no faith that Moustakas is going to be what they think he is. He's not more than a, really low mid-tier guy.
You actually kind of also have to wonder if the Mets, considering Cespedes will probably get hurt at some point, maybe Cano can DH for them.
Worst trade in the history of Major League Baseball.
We've got so many great DHs.
Oh, yeah.
Just watch out.
Joe, I literally don't want to watch any of the Mets hitters hit.
1 through 9, DH.
You're an idiot.
Okay.
So a couple of other things to keep in mind, that teams are only going to play against regional teams. So East teams versus East teams, West teams versus West teams.
Right. You play every team in your division 10 times and then 4 against
the opposite
4 or 5 other regional teams.
So the Yankees basically will play 10 each against the Red Sox, Rays, Orioles, Blue Jays, and then 4 each against the Mets, Nationals, Braves, Marlins, and whoever the fuck I'm missing for that.
But you're right. They will not play like Houston. They're not going to play the Angels exactly.
How upsetting. But hey, listen, I'll take it if it means no West Coast trips.
Oh, I've always hated the West Coast trips because I'm an old man and I don't like watching baseball at 10 to midnight type.
Yeah, dude, I'm in bed by like the second inning.
Right.
Maybe it's a little different over the summer when I don't have work the next day, but for the most part, I'm not staying. My days of staying up for West Coast games are over, and they've been over since I graduated college.
No, me too. I can't stand them. When I was younger, I didn't really like afternoon games. Now I love afternoon games, like a Sunday 1 p.m. game, 4 p.m. game. That's awesome for me.
Yeah, for sure. What are some? Let's talk about the one weird thing that could happen. Everyone's talking about a player potentially hitting 400. So there are a couple of times you can find a couple of times where players over 60 game stretches have hit 400 or more. In 2004, in 60 games, Ichiro once hit over 450. He had a 60 game stretch where he hit over 450. It's happened a few times. It could happen. Do you think it's going to happen?
Very likely, I do. Yeah.
And who do you think it's going to be?
It's going to be another like random type player that's just really good and happens to do it. Someone like a DJ LeMahieu level.
You don't want to know who the last person was to do over 460 games?
Who is it? It's going to shock me, right?
No, it's not, but it's going to piss you off. It's Altuve.
Oh, God damn it. Of course it is. A little shit.
He's a little... I like to think of Jose Altuve the way that D-Generation X thought of Owen Hart. You take a big dump and you flush it down the toilet and just one little nugget keeps coming back. That's Altuve.
No, and the problem is, like, I've always hated Altuve, but there was a brief time where I respected him a little bit because it's like, oh, that's kind of cool that a 5'2" midget can hit.
Yeah.
Well, he's a cheater, so now I don't give a shit.
It's true. He is a cheater. I hope it's not him. I hope if it does happen, it's someone completely random.
Yeah, like Correa or Bregman. I hope it's none of the stupid Houston
none of those guys.
bugs.
And I hope it's someone like fucking Steven Piscotty, just for no reason.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Random, like David Peralta or like.
Yeah. Asdrubal Cabrera. Remember when he was a Met? That was fun.
Droops.
Oh, boy.
Droops.
Who was the bitchy Met who cried when they traded him, but then they didn't really trade him, but then they did like a year later?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, what a loser.
No. I'll stick up for Wilmer.
Loser.
No. Wilmer, I love you. Wilmer, I got your back. If these guys come looking
I'm
for
not
you.
a shitty man anymore. What am I going to do with my life?
No. Dude, he was on the team since he was 16. He was like, they drafted him when he's 15 years old, and he came to America.
Who gives a shit?
Oh, man.
What a little pussy.
I was 16 and I thought I was going to have a job for 50 years.
No, he basically went to high school in the Mets organization, and then they were going to get rid of him the year that they were doing good.
Yeah,
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. No. This is over. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Wait. Before you go,
I'm upset, Joe.
We'll take questions now. I don't think we have
questions. You guys got nothing today.
We got nothing.
I think we're done. We need you. Come back.
Oh,
I'm about ready to wrap this up so I can drive.
We might have to take next week off again. All right. This new segment is called, just for this week, Bigger, Faster, Stronger.
I hate it. It sounds like it's about a penis. Come up with a new name.
Yeah, that's pretty gay.
Oh, God.
You might as well have called it Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Go. All right. That's your question, folks. We'll see you next time.
I'm just kidding. The name can stay.
How many innings was the longest game in MLB history? Question number 1. Whoever wants it.
25.
Wrong.
27.
Damn.
Wrong.
34.
Nope. You guys were both closer last time.
29.
Nope.
26.
Yes.
Is that the one that got called because it got too dark and they couldn't see anymore?
It was a 1-1 tie in the National League between the Boston Braves and the Brooklyn Robins at Braves Field in Boston on May 1st, 1920.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the reason it ended a tie was because it was like midnight. Like they played for like 12 hours straight, and they were like, "I can't see. This is over. We haven't invented electricity yet."
Question number 2. There's 2 answers to this, and then I have some how do you say? Not wild cards, but
okay, let's go. Wrap it up.
how far was the longest home run ever hit, and by whom? There's two guys.
Mickey Mantle hit one.
Nope.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Not the longest.
That one's kind of unofficial because they weren't measuring the length of home runs back then. So
yeah, and they were counting how far it rolls too.
That's true. Yeah.
Bunch of fucking idiots.
My guess, I'm gonna say Adam Dunn.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
In 08, 504, but somebody else did it 8 years after him.
8 years.
Somebody
Gary
that you guys
Sanchez?
No, somebody you guys know well though.
Wait a second. I thought Gary Sanchez hit a 504-foot shot.
Somebody else on your team?
It's not Judge, is it?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Well, there's only one guy left on your team that could hit it that far.
Luke Voigt.
Yeah, my real
Giancarlo.
Oh, duh. Okay.
This is 27 Down per podcast for a
No,
perfect game.
shut up. He had one more. We're not doing that yet.
All right. So, what is the MLB's longest win streak?
Don't care. Gotta go.
God damn. No, you don't. You said you had until 5 o'clock.
Well, she's calling me. I gotta get going.
Longest win streak. Does this include? Was this the Indians a few years ago?
No.
Or is that just the American League?
There was one team that did one more game than that, and it was a long time ago.
The Cubs.
No, it's 26 games by the 1916 Giants. But there's a part B to that question. Do you know what the Yankees' longest win streak is?
15 games.
No, 19 in 1947.
I was so close.
Rough day.
I was so close. Is Evan gone? Because he's just stopped moving.
I think he's gone.
I think.
Say the thing. It's over.
Well, I never thought this day would come, folks, but this is the perfect podcast for the perfect game. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to us on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that would be nice. Click subscribe.
Okay, I'm back.
He's what the?
What just happened?
She canceled my appointment, so let's finish the show. We can go as long as we want. Fucking idiot.
Oh man.
I literally planned my whole day for this. This is so fucking annoying.
Well, I already did the perfect podcast for the perfect game.
Well, we're back now, and now we're going another 25, 30 minutes. So
no, fuck, we're not. I'll gladly go another 10. I'm not going no 25. I have dinner reservations.
So what is the deal? Wait, can you guys answer this? How are we going to start baseball if right now Florida, Texas, and Arizona have like 6,000 cases a day? Are we really going to have baseball, or is this just to like
they're not going to
for the next month?
I mean, they're not going to play in front of fans.
Yeah, not at all.
I know, but I just feel like every day you're hearing about like this tennis player, 20 Clemson players got COVID. Like
Charlie Blackmon has it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Once they all get in the dugout together, is this going to get out of control?
Well, they're gonna have to socially distance them. They're gonna have to, baseball's just naturally socially distanced. So if they're out on the field, then they'll keep apart. They've already said that they're gonna do even social distancing, even during mound visits.
Yeah.
So they're going to have masks. They're going to stay far apart from one another.
I mean, did you hear that pitchers are going to have a wet rag of water in their pocket so that they don't spit and use their fingers in their mouth for pitching?
They're still going to do it.
Of course they are.
Just by habit, they're still going to do it.
Of course they are.
Those pitchers that like shove their entire hand into the back of their
I think there's issues with this thing because we already have Charlie Blackmon of the Colorado Rockies. He just tested positive like 2 days ago, and we've seen so many athletes test positive over the last week, whether it's basketball, hockey, football. We've seen them all. So I don't really understand how they think this is going to come back and be safe. It's really already not safe.
Well, dude, I mean, again, they're athletes. Their bodies are in physical tip-top shape. They're not immunocompromised at all. So
right, but there's still a person getting it and spreading it, which is what
I understand, and that's why these players are going to have to quarantine themselves. That's kind of built into it.
Yeah. Have they talked about what happens if, say like too many people on one team get it and you can't field a team? Do you just take losses until you can field a team? Do you take guys from the minors? Like, what the hell happens?
I would imagine you would have to. I would imagine.
I know they've expanded it to 30 players. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But I don't know if they have, like you said, a bank of another 30 players in the minors who are just going to show up.
Well, the 40-man roster's been expanded to a 50-man roster.
That's correct.
Oh, so they do have a bank. They got a few guys on the side.
Yeah. But so like Clint Frazier and Ford and those guys who might have not had an opportunity this year are probably going to have several opportunities.
Mike Ford.
And they all just have to live at Cyclone Stadium until they're called up.
I mean, pretty much. That's why
everyone, the Mets and Yankees camp out in Staten Island. We'll call you when we need you.
That'd be terrible. You saw, though, that Avery Bradley, he's not going to report to camp because his eldest son, who's 6, has an immune disease and wouldn't be approved to go into the stadiums, and he doesn't want to be away from his kid for, 3 to 6 months.
Well, now LeBron James has to fire him.
No, you know who they replaced him with?
Who?
Just pick a goon's name. Just a goon who played on the Knicks.
All of them? I don't know.
J.R. Smith?
Yes.
Oh, dude.
He's replaced Avery Bradley, and it makes no sense because Bradley's good at defense and J.R. Smith is good at shenanigans.
I think that LeBron, and again, this is just my guess. Like, I'm not accusing anyone of anything, and I'm not trying to defame anyone here. I think LeBron wants to Smith. I think that they are like butt buddies.
I mean, he brings him along to every city.
Yeah, true. Everywhere he goes, he wants to be with JR. What the heck, man?
Oh, JR. I mean, that one season where JR and Novak went off for like all those threes, they broke the record. That was an amazing season. So much fun to watch.
It was so much fun to watch Steve Novak just drain that corner three. It was so much fun to watch J.R. Smith not make stupid decisions.
Yeah, back when Shumpert was good too.
Yeah, Iman Shumpert.
Landry Fields.
Yeah, Landry Fields. I mean, he kind of sucked, but
still, it was nice to have a team of people that were fun, and we could go, yeah, we got those guys.
Prigioni, you remember Prigioni?
Yeah, of course, he's the best.
And out of nowhere, he suddenly goes, "I'm going to start sinking 3-pointers." And that's when Pablo Prigioni was born.
Yep.
Good times. That was a good, solid 2 years of quality Knicks basketball.
Yep. I think we actually have some good hope for the future, though. I like the new regime, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, I think that they'll get better when Dolan is dead.
No, because Dolan's going to have like a long-lost cousin who's going to come out of the woodwork then. Oh, hey guys!
I mean, Dolan's dad ran the team, and he was great at it.
Yeah.
So maybe we just need a different Dolan. All right, let's end this. I gotta make moves. Let's bring this to an end.
Where are you going for dinner?
I'm gonna go eat some seafood. I gotta make sure I'm there by 6 o'clock.
All right, seafood.
Yeah.
Well, I have nothing to do now, so I'm gonna go take a nap.
That's great. Say the thing.
What?
Bye.
This is 27 Down Perfect Podcast. Perfect game. Bye, guys.